You know, when we invented Thanksgiving, we didn't have a place to do all our shopping like you do. At Safeway, they have everything you need for a traditional holiday feast.
And in 1980, when this commercial was made, we did have Safeway in Liberty, Missouri, and other grocery stores as well. What happened to all of them?
Ron McCoy is warped.
That's time warped? And no, this furtive-looking young man is not I. He does have that look of someone who has retired relatively recently and is stressed out. I'm using my time, though, to explore topics of interest as I get pulled into the time tunnel and into a time warp.
Yes, Ron McCoy is definitely warped.
Mr. Announcer, that's time warped. Ron McCoy is time warped, and here I am in the present day outside one of my very favorite grocery stores, that is Hy-Vee. I do love shopping at Hy-Vee. However, in Liberty, it's either shop at Hy-Vee or Price Chopper. This one is in the northern part of Liberty. It too is a wonderful place to go, and I shop here regularly. I could also go to another Price Chopper and shop as well, original Price Chopper in Liberty, over here on the south side of Liberty. And across the highway, there was Thriftway, was also located in Liberty.
It's a Thriftway day.
It's a great day to save on 18-ounce Kellogg's Corn Flakes, 99 cents with coupon. With another coupon, get a 12-pack of any Pepsi product for just $1.99. And look for 4-roll Northern Bath Tissue, now 49 cents with coupon.
Hey, have a Thriftway day today. Thriftway always does it your way. Have a Thriftway day. Hey, have a Thriftway day.
Hy-Vee, Price Chopper, yes, we have choices, but at one time in Liberty, there were so many more choices in true grocery stores. For example, up here on the historic Liberty Town Square, we had Safeway. It was in this building right here on the corner of Kansas and Main Street. There was also a Kroger grocery store that it was actually in the location where Safeway was, there on the corner of Kansas and Main. Safeway moved from the square to this location. You can tell by the shape of the building, it's definitely a Safeway store. Safeway remained in this location until 1980. One of the distinctive things about Safeway, other than the shape of its roof, was its expansive array of store brands, private labels. Now, I have collected many of those, as you will see. And here is an overview of the many different types of store brands produced by Safeway. When Safeway moved from its location on Mill Street in 1980, it relocated to a building built specifically for Safeway and now housed by Crowley Furniture. 3 years later, Safeway, although still a presence in this area, changed the names of some of its stores, and this store became a food barn. Even though it had a different name, it still carried the traditional line of Safeway brand products that you would find in a Safeway store such as this. It is now Crowley Furniture, but it was originally a Safeway store. Yes, another one of the many opportunities and alternatives that we had in this area as far as grocery shopping was concerned. Kroger moved from the square to this location where you see Rancho Grande Cantina. It stayed in this location for a number of years before moving out of Liberty completely.
The Kroger Express, the Kroger Express, come on, get on board, the Kroger Express.
The big thing at Kroger is savings, in money and in time. When you need a few items in a hurry, Kroger gets you out in a hurry at the Kroger Express checkout counter. Either you're checked out in 5 minutes or Kroger gives you a pre-loaf of Millosoft white bread. Fast service plus top value stamps.
The Kroger Express, the Kroger Express, the Kroger Express is great, honest.
And those living in Liberty also had the opportunity to go to United Super, owned by the Scheller family. And United Super was approximately in this location along Highway 291. Liberty United Super closed operations in 1992. And as you can see, Quick Trip and O'Reilly Auto Parts have taken over this location. And in this building, which no longer exists, it is where the current Liberty Commons Shopping Center is located in Liberty, Missouri. This building housed Bob's IGA, yet another offering that we had here in Liberty as far as grocery stores were concerned.
Introducing the most supermarket for your money. A lot of stores claim low prices, but you find them boring, and they offer only limited variety, all for less than the warehouse stores. The most supermarket for your money is Bob's IGA, your hometown grocer.
Academy Sports, in a whole new building, now occupies the site where Bob's IGA once stood. And we in Liberty could also shop at A&P. The building behind me was built specifically for A&P. You can't really see beyond the facade very well, but the structure of the roof beyond the facade is definitely the shape of the roofs that were put on A&Ps built in the 1960s, which is when A&P opened in that location.
This week, A&P has butcher shop buys that make meal planning a snap. Save on super ripe quality boneless Boston roll roast, just $1.79 a pound. And stock up on the A&P Chub Pack of ground beef. The 3-pound package is only $1.29 a pound. Team it up with sweet yellow corn still in the husk and a buy at just 15 cents an ear. And the 1-pound bag of 8 o'clock coffee is only $1.99 with newspaper coupon. Plus, you can put the lid on inflation with the new ceiling prices on all fresh meats at A&P.
And in addition to all of those other choices here in Liberty, as far as grocery stores are concerned, we also had Milgram, which was originally located where Savers is today. Nat Milgram moved his family from New Jersey in the early 1900s to Kansas City. Nat Milgram began his professional career by buying a paper delivery route for the Kansas City Star. In 1913, Nat had saved enough money to open the first Milgram food store at 18th and Minnesota in Kansas City, Kansas. Over the next 10 years, the company expanded to 37 stores in the greater Kansas City area and was run as a family business. Nat managed the business as a whole, and his 3 brothers and 5 brothers-in-law managed the several stores around Kansas City. It was purchased by the Kroger Company in 1928. However, Nat restored the iconic grocer in 1932, and the beloved motto, "Hi Neighbor," was the welcoming greeting. The Milgram family was very engaged in the community, from sponsoring the American Royal, KC Jazz, son Lester was very involved, assisting in the 1951 Missouri flood and numerous events with President Truman, a longtime friend of the family. Nat Milgram passed away in 1958, and son Lester became chairman until his passing in 1976. The company was absorbed in 1984 by Weteraw, and it was purchased by SuperValue. All Milgram food stores were closed. Up next is a montage of primary source photographs that I have found about Milgram Supermarket. Some of those photographs feature Janie Fopiano, who was the spokeslady for this supermarket in a series of commercials for radio and TV from the early 70s to the late 70s. Here it comes. Today, this strip mall opened in the fall of 1971, and that's when Milgram opened as one of the anchors in this area. On the other end was TGMY Family Center, but that is the subject of another of these Rob McCool is Time Warped editions. After Milgram ceased operation in 1984, this location became a Save Mart store.
Oh, who are the people in your neighborhood? In your neighborhood. In your neighborhood. Say, who are the people in your neighborhood?
They're the people that you meet when you're walking down the street.
They're the people that you meet each day.
We now return your radio viewer to you until the next episode of Ron McCoy is Warped.
I keep telling you, the name of this series is Ron McCoy is Time Warped. Oh, I'm being pulled into another fantastic adventure somewhere along the infinite corridors of time. What's this? I'm back in time? During the week of October 25th, through 31st, 1969, and according to TV Guide, a new broadcast channel, an independent station, is going to debut in the Kansas City area. This is the best week of my life.